Hey, I'm Brian Cohn of B Cohn Knives. In this video, I'll be making a forge knife. Now, this is my first forge knife for this channel, but if you follow me over on Instagram, my buddy CJ and I forge out almost every Sunday on a live stream for about an hour. So go over and check that out if you want to see some live stream, but this is going to be a really cool forge knife. Let's get into it. So today I'll be forging on a piece of 3/32 inch 1084 steel. So this is a little bit thin for forging, but that's just what I had on hand. I'm not entirely sure what shape this is going to turn into. I'm just gonna throw it in the forge and see what it turns into. So let's get this forge started. So now that my steel is in the forge, my first order of operation is to make that square end more of a point so that I'll have a tip of my knife. So as you can see, I went a little bit too fast and folded over this corner. And so that is definitely not a good thing. So I'm going to cut that off. And now this side is going to become the handle. It's just a mistake that I'm gonna make because I'm so new to forging. So I'm definitely going to try to take my time the rest of this way. Ah, shit. be very evident to almost everybody that I'm not a forging person. I'm very new to this, so I'm so used to stock removal that this is a whole new beast, and I'm learning with every knife that I make. So, you know, this one's probably not gonna be too pretty, but it'll be an experience. So I didn't really have an ideal shape in my mind when I started, but I'm kind of happy with this. It kind of turned into a weird Bowie looking thing. The blade is about 9.5 inches long, so it's gonna be a really large blade. So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. This is by far the largest thing I've ever forged, and honestly, it's almost the largest knife I've ever made. This thing is gonna be massive. So I would be surprised if that didn't take a warp. 1084 is a super easy steel to heat treat, but it wasn't perfectly straight going into the quench, and then it took me a long time to get it from the quench into the plate press. So I honestly don't know if it's gonna be straight. I would be really happy if it is, but I'm not thinking it's going to be. Maybe I could do another shim temper to make it nice and straight in the end, but cross your fingers. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not absolutely perfectly straight, but I can fix that in the grind. The tip is a little bit warped over to the right, but I think with a little bit of a shim temper, I'll be able to make this thing a lot straighter, and then it'll look a lot better when I'm done grinding on it. I'm actually pretty surprised and kind of happy about it, so I'd mark that as a win. So I didn't even put a shim in it because it's not warped too far. I'm thinking that if I just put it up super flat, that I think that'll be enough to straighten it all the way. So I guess let's get to it.
No, come back.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, buddy. I think part of her looking whatever is that she's cold. You cold?
Oh.
Because she was playing.
You cold, huh? Oh. Last time in the shop, we're working on this knife. We got it forged and heat treated. Since then, I realized that this is going to be the perfect birthday present for my girlfriend's father. So I'm really excited to get this thing in his hands. He's actually a really large dude, so this handle is gonna be perfect for his hand. He also really likes orange, so I went ahead and glued up these handles with the orange liners. I think this is gonna look really good on this knife. So now I'm gonna be grinding out the bevels. Speaking of grinding bevels, you may have noticed if you follow me on Instagram that I've actually upgraded my Broadbeck 2x72 to a 2 horsepower motor and a variable speed drive. This is a giant upgrade. I'm super excited about it, and I'll probably make a video featuring that upgrade. Now, I normally use my TR Maker bevel jig, but I'm gonna try hand grinding in these bevels. I've never done anything this large hand ground, so let's get into it. I'm not gonna lie, about 3 minutes into grinding those bevels freehand, I didn't think it was gonna turn out all right. This is one of only a few knives that I've forged out, and honestly, this doesn't look too bad to my eye. Now, nobody's gonna look at it and think, ooh, that was done by a master forger, but you know, I'm pretty happy and I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in the ferric. This was my first time grinding wood on my variable speed drive, and oh my goodness, look at how not burnt that is. Before, when I had a single fixed speed drive, every single time I ground this top side, or really when I worked with wood at all, I would always get these black marks where the wood was actually charring. It's so nice to be able to slow down that speed and get that wood looking so great. It legitimately scared me.
That was such a sweet.
Listen, that's not going on anything. You don't want to squeeze out all of your glue because, I mean, it needs to be there to hold everything together. So these clamps are a good amount of pressure to make sure that that works. Hey, we're back in the shop working on the forge knife. So all I have left on this thing is to shape the handles, put in a Spanish notch, and put the final edge on. This thing is gonna be awesome. Let's get working on it. This is not the safest way to put in a Spanish notch. I don't suggest anyone do this. So this knife is super special to me because it's going to Raj here. This is my girlfriend's father. Happy birthday. I know it's coming up in a little bit, but I hope you love your knife. And I really hope I don't give you a reason to use it. So I just want to say thank you all for watching. This knife is super pretty and I'm really, really excited how it turned out. It's a really large knife to forge and I haven't done a whole bunch, but I think it turned out good. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
I mean, it can't go like this.